guys, it's Miharu. The mid to late 2000s were a very interesting time to say the least, for anything really, and definitely for Spyro. The end of 2004 saw the release of A Hero's Tale, the final mainline console game in the classic series, and from 2006 to 2008 we would get the Legend trilogy, a retelling of Spyro's origin with a darker story. But did you know that in 2005 we received a Nintendo DS title that served as the actual end to the original continuity? Well, I expect most of you did, but that's what we're talking about today. I am of course speaking of Shadow Legacy, probably the most overlooked game in the franchise, one I didn't even know existed for a while, and one I've still never played. So this Halloween, I'm bringing you a completely unbiased view of Spyro Shadow Legacy and how weird it really is. So the game begins with Spyro being woken up by Hunter at some beach resort. Apparently, he, Bianca, and Blink, for some reason, were on vacation and it's time for them to leave. So we make our way outside to meet up with them at the boat, where we learn Spyro will be staying behind to study magic with the elders. This is also where Hunter decides to be an absolute prick to his girlfriend for no reason. After his friends leave, Spyro goes to sleep again and suddenly the sky turns dark as we are transported to the Shadow Realm.
The what realm?
You know, the Shadow Realm. I think you're talking about hell.
We rescue Tomas, who tells us someone has cast a spell, referred to as the Calamity, on the Dragon Realms, and trapped the other elders. So of course, it's up to us to travel between the two realms and free them. And this is pretty much how the game goes. Rescuing people and doing a variety of chores, because it's an RPG if you hadn't noticed. Eventually, Spyro learns it could be his old enemy Red causing all this havoc, so we leave the Dragon Worlds and head for parts unknown. Along the way, we meet a variety of crazy characters like armadillos, one of whom falls in love with Ember, Hunter and Bianca's families, and Mrs. Moneybags is married, and he has kids? Do you think he charges a small fee for... Never mind. Anyway, once we finish doing everyone's chores, we save the professor, who says he can't help us because he doesn't believe in magic. I'll let that sink in for a moment. The guy who brought a dragon to his homeworld full of magical creatures to stop an evil sorcerer doesn't believe in magic. So through the power of science, I guess, we find Bianca, who has been captured by Red. After defeating him, she tells us Red is not the one behind the calamity after all, but a new villain, known only as the Sorcerer. Very original. Bianca explains that after being rescued earlier in the game, she went searching for Red, and found him locked in a massive fortress and under the Sorcerer's spell. Observing from afar, she discovered his ultimate weapon, a machine that will permanently trap everyone in the Shadow Realm and drain all the magic from the world. Unfortunately, she was spotted, and though she tried her best to fight back, she was overpowered and imprisoned to be used as bait for Spyro. Imagine that, Bianca actually gets to do something cool in one of these post-trilogy games, and all we see of it is her losing the fight. Red decides to turn over a new leaf and teach us a powerful spell that we can use to defeat the sorcerer. Bianca tells us where to find him, and we set off to face the final boss. We travel to a floating fortress where a mysterious cloaked stranger waits. After taunting Spyro about not being a real dragon, he locks himself inside. Do we have the key? Well, if not, time for more chores! But assuming we do, we can open the doors and face the sorcerer, who transforms into a giant dragon. Yeah, we kinda just had that last game, and we're about to have it again in the next one. Wow, they were really dead set on proving a certain someone wrong about evil dragons. So we kick some sorcerer butt and return home, where a hero's welcome greets Spyro. And that, my friends, is the end. Or is it? Nah, it pretty much is, because nothing ever came of this and there's no secret ending. And that's the story of Shadow Legacy. probably the most bizarre entry in the Spyro series. It is in every way a precursor to the Legend trilogy, from the plot to the combat and dark atmosphere. As an outsider looking in, this game seems like a whole lot of nothing. Slow-paced, bland story, forgettable villain, and no voice acting? Not to mention its questionable attempt to rely on nostalgia. It's no wonder it flew past my radar. I doubt anyone was singing its praises back in 2005, and they certainly haven't changed their tune now. But maybe one of you thinks differently. Have you played this game before? Maybe it's a favorite of yours. Whatever the case, leave a comment below and let me know. As always, don't forget to subscribe for more casual gaming content, and I will see you next time. Until then, this is Miharu, signing off.